What's going on, fam? Welcome to the breaking news, Awakening Frequency Media. Anyways, I just want to make a quick comment about this issue with Sha'Carri Richardson and the Russian girl. I think I'm pronouncing this correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's Kamila Valieva or Valieva. I'm not sure what it is, but there is a issue here that I'm seeing where for some reason Sha'Carri Richardson was banned. She wasn't allowed to run, but the Russian girl was allowed to compete. And from what I'm seeing, they were both guilty of having banned substances in their systems. Now, I don't know all the details. All I'm saying is that just looking at the surface of this, it seems like it's related to color because the black athlete's not allowed to run, whereas the Caucasian athlete is allowed to compete with no issues. I really don't understand what this is all about. But, you know, again, I think at this point, I think that darker skinned people need to understand all around the world that we're treated differently. I don't see that changing anytime soon because even though you hear these governments talking about doing things to stop it, it doesn't stop. It just continues. You know, here in the States, people were talking about Trump was racist and everything that he did was racist. And he basically got the racists to side with him. He got the racists to come out and vote for him. That may be true. You know, like Andrew Gillum said, the disgraced Andrew Gillum, like he said to Ron DeSantis, the racists think he's racist. And that's really all that matters in a situation like this. Biden has not done anything to change anything at all. As a matter of fact, I haven't even heard him talk about this issue that much. Or maybe it's just that the media doesn't cover it. But again, that goes back to what I've been saying in my other videos, that the media manipulates the public. They make you believe what they want you to believe because they keep feeding you this same nonsense that you keep watching and taking in and ingesting like it's your sustenance. Anyways, let me get back on track. Let's talk about this thing with Sha'Carri Richardson and Kamila Valieva, I believe. Yeah, this is crazy what's going on here. I just think that let me go to the next. Let me just play this for you guys so you can see what I'm talking about here.
Responded to American track and field star Sha'Carri Richardson's claims of a double standard in the games. Richardson has criticized the committee's decision to allow Russian figure skater Kamila Valieva to compete in the Beijing Olympics following a positive drug test. Whereas in the summer of 2021, Richardson was not allowed to compete in the Tokyo Olympics following her positive drug test. On Wednesday, IOC spokesperson Mark Adams said during a press conference that the two incidents could not be compared, adding that every case is very different. He went on to say that since Richardson had tested positive quite a way ahead of the Tokyo Games, it allowed the United States Anti-Doping Agency to deal with her case. Adams also told reporters that he was focused on the well-being of Valieva during this tough time. On Thursday, amid the controversy, Valieva landed just one of her 3 planned quads during the women's free skate in the singles figure skating competition. She had taken to the ice already in the lead after the women's tour program, but earlier in the free skate, she fell to the ice. On her final quad jump, she fell again. After the performance, Valieva was visibly emotional. Earlier this week, before she took to the ice, it was announced by the Court of Arbitration for Sport that the 15-year-old figure skater would be allowed to compete, despite having tested positive in December for the banned substance trimetazidine, which is a heart medication. The ruling cited her status as a protected person because she is a minor. The CAS also said that it considered the, quote, irreparable harm it would cause Valieva if she was prevented from competing. Richardson, who is 21 years old, won the women's 100-meter race at the U.S. Olympic track and field trials over the summer. However, she lost her placement on Team USA after testing positive for THC, a chemical in marijuana. Earlier this week, Richardson made the claims of a double standard on Twitter. She tweeted asking for a, quote, solid answer as to how the two athletes' situations are different, adding, quote, the only difference I see is I'm a black lady. In a follow-up tweet, she said, it's all in the skin, adding that THC is not a performance enhancer. The runner continued tweeting the comparisons between her and Valieva's situations, and then stated not one black athlete has competed while having an ongoing case.
So let's just talk about that for a second. So you heard right there, they were concerned about the Russian girl's well-being. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not a Sha'Carri Richardson fan. I don't hate the girl, but I have Jamaican in my blood. So I'm all for Team Jamaica. That's just the way it is. That's the way it's going to be. Big up to Jamaica. But the Sha'Carri Richardson situation, I think she's getting the short end of the stick. She was slammed and slandered in the media right after this whole thing broke with her and smoking weed after her mother died, and you can kind of understand where her mind was at the time when she found out that her mother died. She may have been depressed. She may have slipped into a state of depression. She felt that the weed was really the only thing that could relax her. So I'm not knocking her for that. But this other situation with the Russian girl, it's ridiculous. It boggles the mind. I don't understand how you can look at that situation and say that it's any different from this situation. The substances are different, but in the simplest form, one person broke the rule. The other person broke the rule. They should both get the same punishment. That's just the way it is. That's the way I think it should be. Anyways, this is what this fair and balanced gentleman had to say.
The Court of Arbitration for Sport, actually the ad hoc division of the court, has issued its decision in the procedures relating to the figure skater Kamila Valieva. The CAS panel in charge of this matter has decided to let Ms. Valieva continue her participation in the Olympic Winter Games Beijing 2022.
The Court of Arbitration for Sport has done something I thought I would never see. It is allowing an athlete who has a positive doping test within the last 2 months to compete in the Olympic Games and very likely win one of the most prestigious Olympic gold medals there is, the gold medal in women's figure skating. We're talking, of course, about 15-year-old Russian Kamila Valieva, and the fact that CAS today said that it was okay for her to continue competing in these Olympic Games. Obviously, there's a lot to pick apart here. In the next few hours and days, we will know more. But what a devastating blow to those athletes, Katie Ledecky, Michael Phelps, Simone Biles, Michelle Kwan, so many others who've done things the right way, who have fought so hard for clean sport, who have gone the extra mile to prove that they are not doping. To have an athlete, a Russian athlete, even though she's only 15, sympathy is there, of course, for her. The adults are the ones we should look at. But still, to have someone who has a positive doping test competing in these Olympic Games is just a slap in the face to all of those athletes doing it the right way. A very dark day for the Olympic Games. So what does that mean now for the team competition? The Russians winning the gold, the U.S. the silver, the Japanese the bronze. But would Russia then lose that medal and the United States moving up to the gold medal? The answer is this decision does not give us an answer on that bigger issue. What's going to happen next is there has to be another case before the Court of Arbitration for Sport, and that would be about the merits of the case involving Valieva and that drug test. That could take months, and that's when we would find out if, in fact, the Russians keep that gold medal or if the United States moves up and gets the gold medal. But the bottom line is Kamila Valieva has won. The Russians have won. And unfortunately, the cause for clean doping is taking a huge hit here today.
So, again, this is just plain ridiculous. This is very similar to what happened. I forget what year it was, but it was the gold medal match with the basketball teams, the U.S. versus Russia. And for those who don't know, Russia is currently undergoing a ban. That's why they could not compete under the name Russia. Let me see if I can find that really quick. I had it up here somewhere. All right, I had to search for this one, but I did find it. The reason that they're not allowed to compete under the banner of Russia, I think it's the Russian Olympic Committee, but this video right here, I'm just going to play a little bit of it where it describes exactly why they can't compete under the title of Russia.
And the 2022 Winter Games is no exception. Figure skating phenom Kamila Valieva made history early in these Winter Games when she became the first woman to ever land a quad jump. That's 4 rotations in Olympic competition. It was a jaw-dropping feat that also helped earn the Russian Olympic Committee a gold medal in the team competition. One day later, word came down that Valieva had tested positive for a performance-enhancing drug back in December. Here's where things get a little bit hinky. The Court of Arbitration for Sport decided to allow the 15-year-old to skate in the individual competition despite doping with a drug that enhances endurance. But this isn't the first time that figure skating, arguably the most popular and marketable sport at the Winter Olympics, has been embroiled in scandal. The reason why Valieva and her teammates are skating under the banner of the Russian Olympic Committee, the ROC, in the first place is because Russia is technically banned from the Olympics after a government-sponsored doping scandal was uncovered back in 2016. Dozens of Russian athletes across multiple sports were part of a widespread doping operation leading up to the 2014 Sochi Games, where the home country, wait for it, won the most medals. At the 2002 Winter Olympics, Russian skaters Elena Bereshnaya and Anton Pikrelidze won the gold medal in the pairs competition over Jamie Salé and David Pelletier of Canada, amid major controversy on how their routines were scored. One of the judges revealed she'd been asked to award a higher score to the Russians regardless of the merit of the performance in a scheme designed to help the French team. Confusing, I know. This judge, Marie-Reine Lagoon, later denied involvement, but she was subsequently fired, and the incident led to judge.
Anyways, I'm going to stop it right there. If you guys want to see the rest of this, I'll put the link to these videos down below in the comments section. But I'm going to end this video now. But this is basically what I'm saying. Russia has been getting caught for doping for quite some time now. And I believe, I remember the 2016 Olympics that they had to actually compete under the Russian Olympic Committee banner. And I didn't know what it was about then. It was confusing, but I found out shortly after that. And you see, this is still going on. So let me just summarize. I really don't think that this is right for Sha'Carri Richardson to have been banned, but this girl is allowed to compete. I think is ridiculous. And I personally believe it's a clear-cut case of racism. I'm sorry, but that's what it is. That's what I believe. You know, at Awakening Frequency Media, we tell you exactly what we see. And if you show me racism, I'll point out racism. That's all there is to it. Anyways, I'm going to go. You people have a great evening. No, let me not say you people, because, you know, some people are going to think that that's racist, but you guys, you family, my YouTube family, Instagram family, Facebook family, you guys have a wonderful evening, and I will see you next time.